Most people move through life without ever realizing how much power they actually hold. They wake up, repeat familiar routines, and respond to the world as if everything is fixed and predetermined. They assume external events shape their lives, and they try to adapt as best as they can. Yet beneath this surface, there is a deeper truth that very few ever discover. Your reality is not something that happens to you. It is something that responds to you. And the moment you understand this, everything begins to shift. You may not have noticed it yet, but your mind is constantly shaping your environment. Your emotions influence the direction of your experiences. Your attention acts like a magnet, pulling certain possibilities toward you while pushing others away. Most people never become aware of this process because it functions quietly in the background. But once you recognize how it works, you gain the ability to direct it. You gain the ability to shape your reality with intention, precision, and clarity. Before we go deeper, I want you to stay with me until the end, because what I am about to share builds layer by layer. By the time you reach the final part, you will understand exactly how this technique works, why so many people fail to use it correctly, what you can do differently to gain real, lasting control over your life. What I'm sharing is not a trick, not a trend, not a motivational slogan. It is a skill. And once you master it, your entire relationship with reality begins to transform. This technique starts with a simple realization. Your inner world and your outer world are not separate. They reflect each other. Every thought you repeat, every emotion you hold, every expectation you carry, shapes the structure of your experience. People often assume that circumstances determine their mindset, but the reverse is also true. Your mindset determines your circumstances. When your inner world becomes chaotic, your outer world follows. When your inner world becomes centered, your outer world reorganizes itself. This is why mastering your inner world is the foundation of shaping reality, not through force or control, but through alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and intentions move in the same direction, your life begins to move with them. You become like a river flowing smoothly instead of struggling against the current. Instead of reacting to life, you begin guiding it. If you are finding this valuable, take a moment to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss the next insights that will help you master your reality. Subscribing is just a small action, but it keeps you connected to the information that can transform how you experience life. But here is where many people get stuck. They try to change their reality by changing their actions alone. They push themselves harder. They chase new habits. They work longer hours. Yet without inner alignment, these efforts collapse. They burn out. They lose focus. They fall back into familiar patterns because their inner world has not changed. Real transformation never begins with action. It begins with awareness. The first part of the technique is learning to observe your internal dialogue. You become aware of the thoughts that rise automatically. You notice the beliefs that feel familiar. You recognize the emotions that repeat in certain situations. At first, this observation feels strange because most thoughts appear suddenly, without permission. They are shaped by memories, past experiences, and the expectations of others. People often believe these thoughts are part of their identity, but they are not. They are simply patterns the mind has learned to repeat. When you finally see these patterns clearly, something powerful happens. You stop letting them control your decisions. You realize that your mind may offer the same familiar reactions, but you are not forced to follow them. This moment is the beginning of control. It is the first step in shaping your own reality, rather than letting old programming shape it for you. The second part of the technique is emotional regulation. This does not mean suppressing emotions, it means understanding them. Every emotion carries information. Fear signals old wounds. Doubt signals a lack of safety. Excitement signals alignment. Calm signals clarity. When you treat emotions as messages instead of obstacles, they no longer overwhelm you. You learn to let them rise and settle without letting them dictate your choices. As your emotional clarity grows, your decisions become sharper. You no longer act from panic or desperation. You no longer chase validation. You no longer react impulsively. Instead, you respond from a centered place. This creates a new pattern in your energy. Your internal rhythm becomes steady. And a steady internal rhythm is what reshapes reality around you. The third part of the technique is intention. Not fantasy, not wishful thinking, but intention. Intention is a precise state of mind. It is when your thoughts, emotions, and actions align toward a single direction with consistency. People often confuse intention with desire. Desire is wanting something. Intention is preparing yourself to receive it. Desire creates distance. Intention collapses that distance. When you hold a clear intention, your mind stops scattering energy and starts organizing it. This is why certain people appear to attract opportunities effortlessly. It is not luck. It is not coincidence. Their inner world is coherent. Their thoughts, emotions, and actions all point toward the same direction. This coherence creates a magnetic field around them. Others sense it. Circumstances respond to it. Life reorganizes itself around this internal alignment. But alignment requires patience. This is the stage where most people give up. They expect instant results. They try the technique for a day or a week, and when nothing changes immediately, they assume it is not working. Yet reality does not always shift quickly. It shifts steadily. It shifts in layers. Your mind changes first, then your emotional reactions change, then your behavior changes, and finally, your environment adjusts. Every inner shift plants a seed. Over time, these seeds take root. They grow into new habits, new perspectives, new opportunities. When people rush this process, they uproot the seeds before they grow. When they stay consistent, reality eventually reaches a breaking point. It bends, it adjusts, it recalibrates to match the new structure inside you. Around this stage, you begin to notice subtle changes. You wake up with more clarity. You make decisions without hesitation. You stop explaining yourself to people who do not understand your path. You begin walking away from situations that drain your energy. You create boundaries without guilt. These may seem like small shifts, but they are signs that your inner world is strengthening. And when your inner world strengthens, reality responds in direct and surprising ways. People will treat you differently because your energy feels different. Opportunities will appear because your focus has changed. New ideas will enter your mind because your awareness has expanded. You begin to realize that reality has always been more flexible than you thought. It was never rigid, it was never fixed, it was reactive, and now it is reacting to a stronger, clearer version of you. But there is one more part of the technique, and it is the most powerful one. You must learn to remain calm, even when circumstances do not match your intention. This is where true mastery is tested. Anyone can stay confident when everything is going well. But real power appears when you remain aligned, even when nothing looks aligned. When you stay centered while waiting for reality to shift, you prove that your inner world is stronger than the external world. That stability is what bends reality. Not force, not stress, not desperation. Stability. At this point, you stop chasing outcomes, you stop clinging to results, you stop trying to control every detail. Instead, you move with clarity. You act with purpose. You adjust when needed. You trust the process. This trust is not blind. It is built on experience. You have seen how your thoughts influence your emotions, how your emotions influence your decisions, and how your decisions shape your environment. You understand the mechanics of your own reality. And once you understand the mechanics, fear loses its power. If you have been following along so far, take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. This small step ensures that you continue receiving insights that help you master your reality and keep developing your inner power. Now, to reinforce your control over reality, Choose one intention and immerse yourself fully in the feeling of having already achieved it. Feel it in your body, your emotions, and your mind. Observe the small signs of progress. Adjust when necessary. Repeat this consistently, and you will notice the invisible forces of your life aligning with your new direction. This is how mastery emerges. This is how reality bends to your focused inner structure. Finally, as we approach the end, I want to thank you deeply for spending this time here. Your commitment to understanding yourself and your reality is what creates real change. If this video resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which insight you found most valuable or what shift you've already noticed in your own life. Your experience may inspire someone else who is on the same journey, and together we grow stronger in understanding the true power we all hold.